Now some numericals from chapter 13. The very first numerical, like that is question number 2. The three stable isotope of neon, that is 1020, neon 1021 and the neon 1022 have respectively abundance of 90.51%, this is 0.27% and this is 9.22%. The atomic masses of the three isotopes are, the atomic masses are 19.99 unit, 20.99 unit and this is 21.99 unit. Obtain the average atomic mass of the neon. So the average atomic mass of neon, that will be equals to 90.51 multiplied 19.99 plus 0.27 multiplied 20.99 plus 9.22 multiplied 21.99 upon the total number, that is the 100. So I am using the calculator for that. It is 1809.29 plus, that is 5.67. Now the 9.22 multiplied to 1.99, that is 202.75 divided by 100. So when we'll do that total divided by 100, so it give you 20.18 unit. So this is the average mass for that. Now the next question, that is the question number 3. Obtain the binding energy of a nitrogen nucleus, nitrogen 714, from the given data. MH, MN, MN. Okay. So give your answer in mega electron volt. So first of all, we are going to find out the mass defect, that is A minus Z of neutron minus, that is A is equals to 14 and Z is equals to 7 in this case. So delta M, that is 7 into 1.00783 plus 14 minus 7 into 1.00867 minus 14.0307. So 7.05481 plus 7.06069 minus 14.00307. It will give you 0.011243 unit. Slave, the binding energy, that is equals to delta M into 931 mega electron volt. So 0.0112434 into 931, that is, you can calculate and find out the answer. Now the question number 4. Obtain the binding energy of the nuclei ferrous 2656 and the barium 83209 in the unit of mega electron volt from the given data. It is, okay, this is same as we did in question number 3. This is the same. You have to find out the mass defect for the, and then the mass defect multiplied by 931. This is for the ferrous, and the same mass defect for, that is the beryllium. The mass defect multiplied 9.931, that is mega electron volt. The procedure is same as we did in question number 3, so there is no need to do again, but you have to do it. That is, suppose that is for your homework. Now we are going for question number 6. Write nuclear equation for the alpha decay of Ra8623. Okay, Ra86 to 88. It is Ra88 to 6. Alpha decay, it means the helium particle. What is rest? That is minus of 2, 86 minus of 4, 2 plus. So it is your alpha particles. Now the second, that is the beta decay of the phosphorus 1532. The beta particle, that is beta particle plus, that becomes the sulfur 15 plus 1 16 32. It is minus 1 of 0. It is the beta particle. It means it is E, it is beta particles plus a anti-neutrino. This is the equation for that. The third one is the beta plus decay. It is the beta minus decay. Beta plus, add will be okay. So this is carbon 611. It becomes beta plus beta particle plus it is 1E0 plus the boron, that is the 5, and this is 11, that is the neutrino. So this is the positive, this is the negative, and this is the alpha particle. The next question, like this is question number 8. So the normal activity of living carbon containing matter is found to be about 15 decays per minute for every gram of carbon. This activity arises from the small portion of radioactive carbon 614 present with the stable carbon isotope 612. When the organism is dead, its interaction with the atmosphere ceases and its activity begins to drop. Okay. From the now half time is 5370 year of carbon 614, and the measured activity, the age of the specimen from the Mohenjo-daro gives an activity of 9 decays per minute per gram of the carbon. Estimate the approximate age of the Indus Valley civilization. Okay. So in the starting, the value is given A0, that is 15 decay per minute per gram. The end, it is 9 decay per minute per gram, and we have the formula, that is A0 e raised to the power minus of lambda t, which is okay. Okay. This is the N0 and this is your N. This is N0, this is your N. So the formula is N0 e raised to the power minus of t. Now we are putting the values. 9 is equals to 15 e raised to the power minus t. So e raised to the power t is equals to 15 by 9. So 5 3s are 3 3s are. So it becomes 5 by 3. Taking log on both side. So log e raised to the power lambda t is equals to log e 5 by 3. So lambda t, it becomes 303 log base 10. It is 5 by 2.303 log of 5 minus log of 3 base of 10. So 2.303 log 5, 6990 log of 3, it is 4771. Might be remember in the class 10th values. So it is 2.303 multiplied 0.2219, it will give you 0.511. So the time is equals to 0.511 upon lambda, that is equals to, because we know that the lambda is equals to 0.693 upon t 1 by 2. So this is to be used here. So the time period is equals to be 0.511 lambda. It is 0.693 into t raised to the power 1 by 2, and the half-life is given, that is 5730. So it is 693 into 5730. You can solve it and get the answer. You can get that time period which is required. Now the question number 10. The half-life of cesium 3890 is 28 years. What is the disintegrate rate of 15 mg of this isotopes? So first of all, we have to find that the number of atoms in 15 milligram of cesium 3890. So we are using that 6.023 10 raised to the power 23, that is the Avogadro's, and the 15 milligram, it becomes kilograms, and it is to be divided by the weight, that is 90. So it is becomes the end. So now this integration constant, let that is lambda. So this is 0.693 upon t. So we can write that 0.693 upon, that is the t, that is time is 28, is 28 years, 365 days, 24 hours, 300 seconds. So it becomes second inverse. So the rate of disintegration, that is dn by dt, is equals to lambda n. So that is the lambda value we have find out, that is 0.693 and divided by 28 365 24 3600, that is to be multiplied with n. N is 6.023 10 raised to the power 23 multiplied 15 into 10 raised to the power minus 3, and that is to be divided by 90. When we'll solve that, then get the answer. So these are some important questions which you can do at least.